hired Brit Edie? Like who booked her to be on the show? I don't know, because girl, it's coming off to be an epic fail. Brit Edie may have single-handedly ruined the Housewives of Atlanta with her antics. Let's get into it, okay? Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. This is a car conversation, also a review for Housewives of Atlanta season 16, episode 4. Look, because I skimmed it, I saw most clips online. I tried to watch it today. Happy Monday. I know I've been off YouTube, child, for a week. I did a little break or whatever. It's fine. I'll be back live tonight for a gossip chat and whatnot. But Housewives of Atlanta, we have been like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If I didn't say it already, okay. We have been kind of waiting to see this play out of what happened between Kenya Moore and newbie Brit Edie. Her new name was Brit. Okay, Bratty Brit or whatever I'm gonna say or whatever. So last night's episode kind of showed us Kenya has been vindicated, for one. Bravo owed Kenya an apology, for two. And I don't see how that lady got her job still, meaning Brit Edie. Okay, now look, we seen Shamia, her new song, cute. I'ma handle all of that. Something. It's a cute song. I gotta hear it in full, it's cute or whatever. Portia being shady, saying, hey, that ain't Shamia. That's Drew. Because it sounds so good. Girl, how you don't know your best friend, child, Karla, my best friend Karla, who y'all know see my intro, that's her song. She's a solo artist, but she's also in a group. I don't care who else is singing with Karla. I know Karla's voice from 1,000 miles away. Okay, I know her voice even when she sang with people. A true best friend, and her friend is a singer, you know your friend's voice. Okay, you know your friend singing voice or talking voice, okay? Screaming voice, all of that. The only voice of Karla I don't know is her sex voice. I don't need to know that, okay? But Portia being shady as hell, that's not Shamia. It sounds like Shamia. Portia's a hater, okay? And that is just Portia's a hater. Fine. Drew and Ralph, child. It's a divorce. But Ralph having a confessional and Kenya don't aggravates me, okay? Boom, pow. I'm happy they're trying to be good co-parents. That's what matters. Even if you hate your ex, y'all want to fuss and fight between y'all, that's cool. But I'm happy for the kids. That's, a good thing or whatever. Drew filming with Dennis. The album is great. So whatever Drew and Dennis did, it worked. People are still talking about Drew's album, okay? To me, that's good marketing, okay? If Portia was smart, she would want Dennis to make more money for PJ. She would want Dennis to be on the show, showing him, helping somebody do a good album so other people would want to work with him and make more money for who? For PJ. So, girl, I don't care. But Drew, stop trying so hard to come off like it ain't nothing up between you and Dennis. I don't think there ever was. I don't at all. And I don't think she's doing it on purpose, but I'm like, Drew, sometimes just say we're working together. And that's it. It's all the extra words. When you put too many words in a conversation, you seem like a liar. Okay? So sometimes just shut up. Let the music speak for itself. Now, even her saying, because we working together, Portia's upset or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And when Dennis said, look, Portia was over there eating fufu in Nigeria with that man, she wasn't worried about me. And like I said before, Portia can't discuss nothing about Simon or with her divorce. So she ain't got shit up besides be upset with Dennis. Anyway, so that's all that. And I'm talking about Angela Oakley, Shamia, boom, Kenya. I love Kelly's scene with Kenya. I said if this seeing how the small part that Bravo was allowing to be shown of Kenya shows me we would have had an amazing season with Kenya, because now they're having to cut out all the Kenya moments that they have to and rely on the other women who, child, it wasn't much at all. We don't care about Brit Edie, her sister. We don't know Brit. If we don't know Brit Edie, why do we care about her beef with her sister? We don't care. Okay. Anyway, but seeing Kelly, the fact that Kenya said she called Kelly to ask for help because her spa. How can I get folks in the door? Because Kelly has her own franchise. So hold on, y'all. Construction pipes. Kenya trying to ask for help, and her and Kelly talking, both discussing how they both had, bad marriages or whatever. And even the fact that I think they're cutting out Kenya's portion of her talking. Hold on. They're cutting out stuff. We're missing key moments. But now, why the fuck would you? It's construction. They rerouting the whole freeway. What are you doing, little minds in the car? Anyway, y'all know I drive great on the road. I'm looking at the road, not the front end, not the camera. But we got good scenes of Kenya and Kelly. Kenya been honest and saying she spent a lot of money, $400,000 on her salon. That was Brooklyn's college fund. I do not think Kenya spent all her money. I think her point was that money could have went towards Brooklyn. I don't think she don't had no money left for Brooklyn. I think folks say, why would she do that? What, girl? I think that was her point in saying that money could have went to Brooklyn College. Kenya not broke. She not on zero. Her account ain't on zero. Okay, but I mean, she probably spent some of the girls' money on the thing. But again, I wish we could see more, and we can tell they're cutting Kenya down, and it's aggravating. So when we get to Angela Oakley's event at the little bank restaurant or whatever, you see her and Shamia came with an olive branch or whatever. She said, sorry about talking about your nose. Shamia, I don't like the fact that in scenes you're, saying, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean, you know what I'm saying? But on social media and your interviews or whatever, you're still coming for lady nose. I feel like, girl, you either don't want to shave her face or you do. Pick a side. Okay? And that's like, y'all filmed that months ago, but currently, when you do interviews and they ask you about, you still, joke about her nose, whatever. But I like Shamia. It's a black affair. Kenya coming turquoise or teal, one of the two. Because Kenya's Kenya. It's a moment. But when she come in, she greets everyone. Hey y'all, how y'all doing or whatever. And when she goes to hug Brit, like she did most of the other girls, it was like a little tap. A little tap. She didn't fully hug anybody. Here go Brit. Well, that wasn't a hug, Kenya. That was a little tap. That wasn't, girl. Bitch, I don't know you. So you can see it was Brit who had an issue with Kenya. On social media, Kenya said, we didn't have any other interactions. Because we like, what other thing happened between them that has Brit up in a tizzy? Look, Brit, what was it? And Kenya said there was nothing else. We had no other meetings, no other conversations. So Brit was holding on. Brit is a fan. Brit is a fan of the show who feel like she know Kenya from the show. All her opinions about Kenya are from her watching the show. She don't know Kenya. They had not interacted besides at Shamia's party, at Kelly's charity event, and then this event for Angela's dinner. So when Kenya said there was no other interaction, there was nothing else. Brit Brat is a fucking stalker ass crazy fan who wanted to do what? Beef with Kenya. That's really what it is. Period. She had a one-sided beef with Kenya. Or Kenya asking her, was that a second wedding? Bitch, it was an engagement ring. And you said it was a second ring. You have been making a scene. She's been shading me and hazing me. Bitch, you saw her twice. How? Okay, so that aggravated me. That wasn't a hug. Kim, like, girl, what? It was a hug. And she said, that's a hug to not get makeup on my clothes. And a lot of folk don't really go in and bear hug people or hug. It's a little airness of it all, okay? She did it, she air kissed Drew, and she know Drew. So Brit wanted attention. Brit wants to be liked. Brit wants to be that girl. She thinks she isn't. And that's the problem. Bravo's mistake was hiring a fan to be on the show who is now beefing with one of the OGs of the show, but for no real reason. We thought we would see this season and we would see Kenya hazing or being mean to that girl, and that ain't happened at all. So Kenya is oblivious. This girl don't like her. It wants to beef with her. And so it was crazy. So they had a little, let's ask some questions and stuff. And you see little Brit Brat, why? Because you had to write a question on a piece of paper. And they'll pull the paper and they'll ask questions. Somebody asked Kenya, what kind of panties I'm like, who the fuck has that? Child, can you show her cooch? I said, girl, you got a big coochie? Anyway, so we then see a question that Kelly asked to Kenya, said, oh, Kenya, no, Drew asked. The question was, why are you so concerned about happy married woman? Girl, which means Brit Brat can't spell and can't write. It means she's illiterate, okay? She was too busy in high school doing fucking videos and not doing homework. And Ken said, what? Oh, so she's like, oh, it's my thing. And she, oh, it was a joke. It was a joke, okay? Meaning, girl, I'm not worried about nobody's marriage. What are you talking about, okay? Again, stuff that Brit Brat wrote down. You can't tell me she did not. Then Brit Brat had a question to Kenya, can you be nice to Brit and greet her? I forgot what it said or whatever. Bitch, what? If Kenya said, I'm nice to everybody. So Kenya was like, girl, what do you mean? I'm nice to everybody. What? No, I mean to me. It's about me. It's not everyone else. It's me. I'm saying me. Want me to read it again? Sugar, honey, a sweetheart. And Kenya was like, girl, I'm not finna play this game with you. Girl, I'm nice to everyone. And you could see Brit Brat had a fucking issue. And Kenya, girl, I'm not gonna play this childish shit with you, girl. I'm not, the peasants can't come for the queen. It's a verbal sparring, okay? Calling you a peasant, girl, that's light work on a shady back and forth in Housewives world, okay? If you can't handle someone saying you a peasant and then verbally respond back with something shady or whatever, you should not be on the show. Girl, bitch, what? Bitch? And they're like, okay, yep, time to go. You doing, and they're like, girl, Portia, Drew, Kelly, all of them, Shamia, and all of them said Brit was doing too much. Because she was. First of all, you wrote those questions because you wanted attention. You wanted to be noticed, to be liked, to be, I don't know what, but because Kenya or the other ladies did not give you the attention you wanted, you caused a one-sided rivalry with Kenya. And when Kenya paid you dust, you got upset. Your feelings were hurt. And Kenya called her a peasant. I'm like, girls, that's not the worst. I mean, she called, she called her a peasant. It was like, girl, I'm a queen. You're a peasant. You're new. I forget you. So if I'm back and forth with you and you keep trying to make it a moment because I didn't hug you right, bitch, I don't know you. I don't owe you a hug. Brit Brat felt entitled to be treated like besties or something. And it's like, if I don't know you, you don't get no good old bear hug. You don't get my energy until I get to know you. And the fact that Kelly was on Watch What Happened Live, and Kelly said, the Kenya I met was great. Like, I didn't have the same issues that Brit Brat did. I don't know who she dealt with, but Kenya, like, they didn't have any interaction. It was a one-sided beef. So, from there, they're like, okay, we're finna go. And Brit Brat is cussing, fussing, and King like, girl, I am leaving. She is crazy. She's doing too much. And everyone is saying, yes, she's doing too much. She's doing, where's my husband? Somebody call my husband. Get my husband. Yeah, girl, I got my pistol on me, girl. Pistol. Kenya said back then, the reason she retaliated against Brit Brat was because she threatened her. She mentioned some guns. And Brit Brat lied. If I think about it, I'll put it up on the screen. Brit Brat lied because she said back then, like in June of last year, I don't have no guns, I don't threaten people or whatever. Bitch, you lied because production showed the footage of you saying, I got my pistol on me. I got my pistol on me. I don't play like that. I got whips and chains and guns. You said all of that. That Kenya heard you say. And bitch, you start. So the fact that while working, Brit Brat mentioned guns to her coworker, but kept her job is insane. Bravo, you owe Kenya an apology. fully. And when I heard folks say, "What's her mentioning the gun? That ain't no threat." I want, like I said on Twitter, go to your job today. Okay, and while fussing and arguing with your coworker, mention having guns. Okay, mention having guns and them learning today. She said, "I got my pistol on me. I don't care. Them hoes, this real life. They gonna learn today." All of that, say all of that at your job at Walmart. Say all of that at your CEO job. Say all of that at whatever job. If you're a nurse, a doc, go to your job. Have a full-on argument, a one-sided one at that, with your coworker, okay? And then say out loud, "You have a gun." And they're gonna learn today. And let me know what your employer says in your exit interview, because on no other job can a co-worker say about having guns while fussing with their co-worker and not getting some kind of trouble. Even if they didn't fire Brit, she also should have been suspended for threats. And if Brit would have been suspended for her threats to Kenya first, Kenya would not have had to retaliate. Now, I'm not saying Kenya reposting a sexy, naked photo that Brit had already put out in the atmosphere. I'm not saying, because it was not revenge porn. Okay, it was exposure of her doing some form of porn, but whatever. I'm not saying that it was right of her to do. However, Kenya told us why she did it, and truthfully, Brit was wrong first. Brit was wrong first for what she did. And it's crazy to me that Bravo and the production team, who had to know what she said, because they listened to the audio. They played the audio. They played the full on. Then her husband is like, "What happened? What went on?" The husband said, "Calm yourself down. You're doing too much. Is your mic on?" Because she's threatening Kenya on camera with a microphone on. Now, Brit may be too stupid to think just because the cameras aren't on you, they don't hear you. It's a hot mic moment. And you see her husband trying to hurry up and get her mic off, because he know they can hear this shit. And he said, you doing too fucking much. Calm down. Stop. And she kept talking. Girl, Kenya has been vindicated. And anyone who says, "Well, it wasn't a threat," go to your job today and do the exact same thing. And let me know what happens when you get fired or suspended. No one should have to say, "I will kill you, I will shoot you." Mentioning in the argument, "I got my gun, pat on me. I got whips and chains. You gonna learn today, bitch." All of that is threatening. And Kenya had completely disengaged. So, because production and Bravo did not take that seriously and did not reprimand Brit, Kenya took it a step further and exposing explicit photographs that Brit had put out in the past, and she resurfaced them for Brit. But girl, fuck Brit. She has ruined the show. She ruined season 16 with this one-sided beef with Kenya that made production have to redo shit, reshoot shit. And when Kenya said, I was the longest running housewife on the show right now, and I was threatened, no one did anything. I might be tough, but bitch, I ain't bulletproof. And anyone mentioning they have guns, Kenya should not have to wait to be shot in order for anyone to take her serious. And that's the crazy part. Her point was, why should I have to get shot in order for y'all to protect me? When y'all heard a fucking newbie girl, we don't know that girl. We don't know her. But production, because once it all happened, because you heard Kenya tell Portia, "Girl, she mentioned guns, she gotta go. No, she gotta go." And again, all the ladies in their confessional and in the scene was like, Brit doing too much. And she was. And it's sad that Kenya's point was, they didn't protect me. Someone brought up guns and shit, and they look like it ain't no big deal because she didn't shoot me. The fuck? That is insane. That is insane. Brit should have been at least suspended, period, for her behavior towards, because if you can't verbally respond to Kenya or to anybody on that show, if being called a peasant triggers you so much that you bring up guns, you can't be on this show. And then the next episode we see with a preview of it. Oh, I don't want Kenya to everything I was girl. She wanted moments, and she felt like this can be a big thing for me if I'm beefing with Kenya. And it backfired because one, now Kenya gone, so who she gonna fuss with? Nobody. And two, the fans hate you. The fans hate you because why? You took Kenya away from them, and the whole show had to then be revamped again. So, girl, anyway, I'll be live tonight, y'all, at 9 o'clock. We have a live gossip chat, and I might discuss this again a little bit more. But the episode was a great episode because we saw what started the shit with her and Kenya. We see why Kenya did what she did, and I'm on Kenya's side in this situation because she felt like I had no choice. And if you can bring up guns and shit to me in an argument, bitch, I can pull up your nudes. I now get Kenya's mind, what she thought in her head was get back. You want to come for me, bitch? Okay, fine. You a hoe. Was out here selling cooch and stuff, but you want to come for me and threaten me with whips and chains and guns and shit, bitch? You was get your ass on a pole. So I get her thought, and that was how she came back at her. Even Kenya said in her interviews earlier this year when she was talking about, she said, I knew that Bravo would blur the stuff. So I knew it would not be shown on television. Only the folks in the attendance would see it. So I get her thought process and why she did it. Now she shouldn't have done that. However, Brit pulled the first grenade first. Kenya just pulled out a you know what I'm saying? But Bravo absolutely owes Kenya an apology. They absolutely threw Kenya up under the bus because they had the audio proving that Brit did threaten her with guns. I feel like when people say revenge porn, I think Bravo thought, well, damn, we can't have folk upset about that. I think they thought maybe they won't think that was a threat. And they was mistaken. They are truly mistaken. It's stupid how they did this. It's entirely stupid. Period. And you banked on people wanting to watch. They then thought, well, let's bring back Phaedra. Phaedra won't be able to say the show because some folk don't like Phaedra. So this season has been ruined because Brit Edie's one-sided beef with Kenya. Anyway, y'all, I'm at work now. And I would not be threatening none of my coworkers. And they would not be threatening me. And if they did threaten me, they getting fired today, okay? Again, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will be live tonight at 9 p.m. for a gossip chat and stuff. I gotta go. I love you all. Peace.